A night passed. After getting ready just like I would on any normal morning and heading to the living room, I'm greeted by the most complicated breakfast table scene of my life.
あー、ごめんさくら。私バターダメなの。そこのマーマレードちょうだい。
Oh, sorry, Sakura. I can't eat butter. Pass me the marmalade.
そうなんですか。遠坂先輩、甘いものは好きじゃないような口ぶりでしたけど。
Is that so? I thought you didn't enjoy sweet things, Miss Tosaka.
まさか、そんな女の子はいないわよ。糖分は嫌いじゃなくて取れないだけだってば。油断すると見えないところが増えるの。甘味どころは週に1回にしなくちゃね。
That's nonsense. All girls like sweets. It's not that I don't like sweets. I just shouldn't have too much of them. If I'm not careful, things could start building up in places I can't see. So I limit myself to eating sweets once a week.
なのにマーマレードなんですか、先輩。
Huh? So why marmalade?
朝は糖分取るの。それにね、少しぐらいは甘いものを口にしておかないと後のカウンターが怖いでしょ。
I have sugar in the morning. Besides, I should have some sweet things or I might pay for it later.
そっか、食事を2食に減らしても食べる量が倍になったら大変ですからね。
I see. Even if you only eat twice a day, it would be a big problem if you ended up eating twice as much.
そういうこと。って黙ってればよく食べるわね、セイバー。ちっこい体のくせに桜並みの量じゃない。
Exactly. Hey, I wasn't going to say anything, but you sure eat a lot, Saber. You might have a small frame, but you can eat just as much as Sakura.
そうでしょうか。私は平均だと思いますし、さくらが口にしたパンは私を大きく上回っていると思いますが。
Do you think so? I think I eat as an average amount. I would like to point out that toast Sakura ate was twice the size of mine.
そんなことないです。遠坂先輩もセイバーさんも私もみんな仲良くトースト2枚じゃないですか。
That's not true. Miss Tosaka, Saber and I were all served 2 pieces of toast.
いえ、厚さが違う。1センチに対して2センチですから、さくらはよく食べています。成長期ですし、栄養を取るのはいい。瓶も1枚だけと言わず、残さず食べてはどうですか。
Yes, but the thickness was different. One was 1 centimeter thick, while the other was 2 centimeters, which tells me you eat quite a lot, Sakura. You are in a growth spurt, so there is no problem with you taking in nutrients. Ren, instead of eating only 1 slice, you should eat everything that has been served to you.
だからダメだって言ってるじゃない。さくらと違って胸に栄養がいくわけじゃなし。朝からそんなに食べたら増えるっていうの。
Oh, Jesus
ただ
Christ.
でさえ朝は食べない主義なんだから、これでも譲歩してるのよ。
I said I can't, okay? Everything I eat doesn't just go straight to my chest like Sakura, and if I eat all that in the morning, I'll just end up storing it. I don't usually even eat breakfast, so I'm already compromising.
遠坂先輩、先輩の前でそういうことは。
Miss Tosaka, I suggest you not say that in front of Senpai.
増えると言っていますが、なぜ具体的な表現を避けるのですか、リン。
You continue mentioning that you accumulate things, but why are you avoiding using specific terms, Ren?
だから目に見えないところの話。ああ、さくらは目に見えるから除外だけど。
Like I said, places I can't see on my body. Well, Sakura accumulates in places you can see, so she doesn't count.
だからそういう話はしないでください。
I take a bite of my crispy toast. My brain just can't follow the situation unfolding in front of me, so I just stay out of it and focus on my toast. There's nothing for me to really add to this anyway. I guess I worried over nothing. For the time being, the three seem to be getting along. Tosaka's the same as always, and Saber's warmed up to the girls a good bit more than last night. Sakura still seems a little hesitant around Saber, but it doesn't look like she dislikes her. Concerned that Tsujini's not here, but I'm sure she'll come tonight. Last night must have done a number on her. But she'll probably come by for dinner, and I think she'll be in a better mood by then.
Senpai, 本当にいいんですか？後片付け任せてしまって。
Senpai, are you sure it's okay to leave the washing to you? Yeah, it's the least I can do. You have to get going to your club, Sakura. Considering what happened yesterday, you should probably go.
それじゃあ、お先に失礼しますね、先輩。
Yes, I'll go on ahead, Senpai. Sakura bows to Tosuka too and leaves the living room in a hurry. Now there's only 3 of us. Sakura and the people remaining all share common secrets.
それでは私も失礼します。何かありましたら声をかけてください。
I'll excuse myself as well. Please call for me if you need anything.
じゃあね、セイバー。シロは任されたから、こっちの留守をよろしく。
Bye, Saber. I'll look after Shiro, so keep an eye on the house while we're gone.
はい。シロを頼みます、リン。
Yes. Please take good care of Shiro, Rin. Saber bows quickly, then returns to her room. Well, there's nothing to do here anymore. So she's probably going back to sleep to conserve energy. Honestly, is fighting the only thing she thinks about?
当たり前じゃない。シロもね、そろそろやる気見せないと、セイバーに愛想をつかされるわよ。
Of course it is. And you should start showing a bit of motivation on that front, or Saber's going to lose patience with you.
まだ傷が完治してないとはいえ、いつまでもおとなしくしているような子じゃないでしょ。
Her wounds may not be completely healed, but she's not the type to just sit around doing nothing for long. There's a clicking sound. What Tosuka has to say worries me a bit, but she just turns on the TV.
またこのニュースやってるんだ。
Yeah, this news again. The TV plays the morning news. I just listen from the kitchen as I wash dishes, but the same story that I've heard
シン
before.
トの方でガス漏れによる事故だって。
There's another gas leak incident in Shinto.
バカな話。そんなのあっちだけじゃなくて、こっちの町にだって起きてるのに。
What a stupid story. Stuff like this is happening here too. It's not just going on over there. What? Hold up. Jessica says there is pretty worrying. What do you mean by that?
だから原因不明の衰弱でしょ。何の前触れもなく意識を失った人間がそのまま昏睡状態になって病院に運ばれてるって話。
It's about people suddenly getting weak without a real explanation, right? How people are passing out without warning and then they end up hospitalized in a coma?
もう結構な数になってるんじゃないかな。今のところ命に別状はないらしいけど、この先どうなるかは仕掛けたやつの気分次第でしょうね。
There must be a lot of people affected by now, but at least nobody's living lives are in imminent danger. But I suppose that's all down to whoever's controlling this. Wait, hold up. Is she saying that this incident isn't just happening a town over? It's happening here too? Unexplained comas? A good number of victims? No, but the main issue is... Jessica, don't tell me you think a master did this.
じゃあ他の誰の仕業だっていうのよ。いい加減慣れてよね。あなただってマスターなんだから。
Who else? Come on, get used to it already. You're a master too, you know. Okay, maybe so, but why didn't you tell me this before, Tosuka?
こっちの件はそれほど簡単じゃないから。
Because there's no easy fix here.
学校で結界を張ってるマスターは三流だけど、こっちのマスターは一流よ。相手を死に至らしめることはせず、命の半分だけを吸収して力を蓄えている。
The master who cast the bounded field over school is third class, but whoever's causing these incidents across the whole town is first class. They're skilled enough to extract the power they need from people without killing them.
そりゃあ集めるスピードは遅いけど、その代わりに魔術師としてのルールには引っかからないし、無理をする必要がない。このマスターは遠く離れた場所で、町の人たちから生命力っていう最も単純な魔力をかすめ取っているわけ。
And while gathering energy that way may be slower, they're staying within the rules for mages, and they don't need to exert themselves to accomplish this. This master is stealing the life force from everyone in town, one of the simplest forms of magical energy from a remote location. Can someone really collect magical energy from a distance?
よっぽど腕の立つ魔術師なんでしょうね。
They must be a really skilled mage.
シントとミヤマ、2つの町をフォローする広範囲の吸引なんて大がつく魔術師の技だもの。
Only a truly great mage would be able to cast a net over 2 towns like Shinto Miyama to absorb energy like that.
いや、それともよっぽど優れた霊地を確保したのかな。冬木の町には龍脈らしきものがあるって父さんも言ってたし、そこに陣を敷けば生命力の搾取ぐらいは簡単か。
Or maybe they looked into a superb spiritual site. Father had mentioned that Fuyugi is a ley line, so if they build a base there, it would be easy to collect life forces.
父さんの書庫にそれらしい資料はなかったし、あるなら大師傅の書庫か。やだなあ、あそこ今でも人外魔境だし、できれば遠慮したいのに。
I didn't find any materials in Father's study about this, so if there are any, they'll probably be in the Great Master's study. I really don't want to go in there. The place is uninhibited and uninhabited. It's scary.
となると、綺麗に聞くしかないか。あ、いや、ダメダメ。あいつに借りを作るなんてもってのほかだわ。
Which would mean I might have to ask Kirei. No, I really don't want to own him anything. I try to get her attention, but she doesn't respond. Great, she's off in her own world. When we get to school, she's still distracted. The gate is packed with arriving students, beginning another typical school day. Something's off, though. Yesterday, I passed through the gate without noticing, but today I do now that I'm on my guard. It's hard to explain, but there's this feeling that things are too calm, so much that it numbs one's instincts. You're right. The area feels different in here than outside. It smells like sweet honey.
へえ、シローにはそう感じられるんだ。あなた、魔力感知は下手だけど、世界の異常には敏感なのかもしれないわね。
Oh, so that's how it feels for you? You don't have any skill at detecting magical energy, but you must be sensitive to changes in the world around you. She begins pondering.
にしても甘い蜜か。例えるならウツボカズラとか。
A sweet smell like honey, huh? Like a carnivorous plant, maybe.
なかなか言えて妙じゃない。
Yep, that's a good way to put it. A carnivorous plant? That's disturbing.
そう？シローの直感は外れてないと思うけど。だってこの学校、結界っていう蓋が閉まったら中の生き物はみんな食べられるんだし。
You think so? I don't think it's off the mark, though. I mean, once the bounded field over the school closes, everyone inside gets eaten. She sees through me and I gulp.
やっぱりね。わかりやすいから楽しいわ、あなたって。
I knew it. I love that I can read you like a book. Whatever. I don't like it.
怒らない怒らない。シローの言いたいことだって分かってるから安心なさい。あなたは学校の生徒を巻き込みたくないと思ってるし、私だってここを戦場にするのは願い下げ。ならやることは一つよね。
Oh, don't get so mad. I know what you want to say, so relax. I know you don't want all the students getting dragged into this, and I wouldn't want this to be a battlefield either, see? So there's only one thing for us to do. She's testing me. She's trying to tell me that this master I'm willing to fight in the Holy Grail War is the sort willing to hurt innocents to win, which is why they're here at the school. I know, we need to find the master who set up this bounded field and take care of it. And if they say they're not going to take down the bounded field, then we just need to defeat them.
そういうこと。ちゃんと理解していてくれて安心したわ。
That's right. Glad you got it.
じゃあ、私は結界を張ったやつを探してみるから、シローは不審な場所をチェックしといて。
I'm going to search for whoever set this bounded field, so you go and check anywhere that seems
私も
suspicious.
一通り回ったけど、見落としがあったかもしれない。シローはそういう得意点を探すのに向いてそうだし、餅は餅やってね。
I've done some searching already, but I might have missed something. And it looks like you're good at finding singularities like this, so I'll let a specialist try his hand. She waves and runs toward the school building. Hey, don't just leave me hanging! What kind of places are suspicious, Tosaka?
だから、あなた風に言えば空気が甘いところよ。
To quote you, anywhere the air is sweet.
蜜がベッタベタに甘いところを探せば
You just need to find places that are nauseatingly syrupy and sweet. She yells her reply to me from across campus. And then she disappears into the school building. Oh, what the hell? Why would she need to run in there like that? The bell for homeroom rings. That's why. She should have at least warned me. I clutch my bag and start running at full speed. After all that happened yesterday, I don't know what Fujinin will say if I'm late. It's lunchtime. Temporary, though, this break from classes, the student rush back and forth across the whole school. It won't look suspicious if I wander around now. I wolf down my lunch and head into the hallway. This really isn't the time to say I've never done anything like this. The war has already begun. So now I need to look for anything suspicious, like what Tosaka was talking about, in my own way. I guess the first place to look would be wherever there's not usually anyone around. Let's see. I just hope I can make some progress without wasting this 1 hour of lunch break. After I search the building, I take a look outside just to be sure. I didn't see anything strange at the athletic buildings or behind the buildings, but this area seems different. Don't tell me this is. I found a few suspicious spots around campus. Behind the stairways, dead ends, empty classrooms, and other less public places. This place is different. Everyone gathers here every day, so it's a far cry from the isolated, deserted places I've checked. How did I not notice this earlier? This place is the most bizarre place of all. I clutch my chest as I speak. The atmosphere here is suffocating. The heavy wind and humid air make being here at all damned uncomfortable. As soon as I realize what I'm smelling, I find myself getting nauseous. Jessica said that there should be base points for bounded fields. I don't know how many there are, but I think the first must be somewhere around here. If I'm right, there should be some inscription or sign of it somewhere. It's no use. I don't have the abilities to detect magical energy, so there's no way I can find any signs that a bounded field is formed. Damn. I guess I have no choice but to report back to Tosaka. Oh, it's you. Looking for something, Emiya. It's there. I roll around when I hear that voice. They're standing in front of the Kyoto Shinji.
やあ、奇遇だね。僕もその辺りに用があって来たんだけど。君、もしかして見た？
Why, what a coincidence. I was actually heading that way myself. You didn't happen to see it, did you? Shinji grins. Shinji Mato seems genuinely pleased with himself. See what? I don't see anything around here.
やっぱり見たのか。なるほどね。君が遠坂と一緒にいた理由はそれか。そうだよね。マスター同士手を組んだ方が効率がいいもの。
Ah, so you did see it. I get it now. So that's why you and Tosaka were together. Yeah, teaming up with other masters is an efficient way to go. But Shinji, don't tell me.
そう警戒するなよ、エミヤ。僕と君の仲だろ。お互い隠し事はなしにしようじゃないか。
Oh, chill, Emiya. It's between you and me. We shouldn't be hiding anything from each
君
other.
が何を連れているかは知らない。けど、君もマスターなんていうひどい役目を押し付けられたんだろ。
I don't know what the hell's following you around, but you got forced into this shitty role as a master, too, right? He's so blunt about this, not an ounce of hesitation. He's a master and not at all shy about it. Don't tell me, you're a master, Shinji?
だからそうだって言ってるだろ。
That's what I've been saying.
ああ、でも勘違いはしないでくれ。僕は誰とも争う気はない。そりゃ、襲われたら殺し返すけど、手を出されないうちは黙ってるさ。ほら、この辺り、エミヤっぽいだろ、僕も。
Hey, don't get me wrong, I've got no intention of fighting anyone. Sure, I'll kill anyone who tries attacking me, but I won't do anything if people leave me alone. See, we're a lot alike in that regard, aren't we? Shinji giggles. From what he's saying, it's clear he's a master, but...
まあ、こっちもエミヤがマスターだって知って驚いてるんだ。意外なのはお互い様ってことで、少し話し合わないか？
I'm actually surprised to learn that you're a master, Emiya. So why don't we have a little chat? One shocked master to another. I don't mind, but what are we going to be chatting about?
そりゃ今後のことさ。
About what's going to happen,
さ
obviously.
っきも言ったけど、僕は戦うつもりはない。 けど他はそうでもないんだろ。ならさ、いつか来る災難に備えておかないと不安じゃないか。一人じゃ不安だけど、二人ならなんとかなると思わない？
I already told you I have no plans to fight, but the rest of the participants sure do. So it'd be best to be ready for anything that might come our way. Don't you think? It might be scary alone, but not so much if there's two of us. Should she asking me to team up with him?
ま、こんなところで
Can I kill him? I don't want him to die. He's a chud. Can we kill the chud? Well, this probably isn't the best place to talk about this kind of stuff. Who knows who might be listening? Why don't we go somewhere else?
そうだね。僕の家がいい。あそこなら遠坂の目も届かないし、襲われても安心だ。
Maybe we can talk at my house. Jessica wouldn't be able to spy on us there. We'll be safe even if we're attacked. You crazy? Lunch break's almost over, so if we wanted to talk...
バカ？授業なんてサボればいいじゃん。ほら、いいから行こう。エミヤがマスターって知って嬉しいんだから。あまり水を差さないでよね。
You're so freaking boring. So before we skip class, let's just go. I'm glad to know you're a master too. Don't ruin the moment. That's no reason to go. People would be suspicious if we skip class.
融通が利かないやつだな。ああ、そうか。それはそうだよね。普通は警戒する。
You just won't budge, will you? Oh, I get it. Yeah, you're right. You should be on guard.
けど安心しなよ。何があってもこっちから仕掛けることはないさ。ほら、僕が騙し討ちな。
I do, actually. But don't worry, I'm not going to attack you. No matter what. Do you really take me for the kind of guy to stab you in the back? Yeah, I guess I shouldn't just casually follow you, huh?
まあいいさ。そっちだってサーバントを連れてるんだろ。そんな危ない相手に喧嘩なんて仕掛けないよ。
Well, whatever. You have a servant hanging around you too, so I'm not going to pick a fight with someone so dangerous. Huh. Does Shinji think I have Saber with me right now? No, Shinji just can't see the servant in spirit form. That's why he thinks I have Saber with me.
遠坂に見つかったら、僕も君もただじゃ済まないんだから。
Just come on. If Tosaka finds out, neither of us will live to tell the tale. Shinji starts to walk away. I guess I have... Give me a choice, goddammit! I'm interested to hear what he has to say, so at this point, I should just give up on attending afternoon classes. So he's Lancers. It's kind of obvious he's Lancers. They both have blue hair. We're in the residential area with the Western-style houses, in stark contrast to my house. I hear Tosaka's house is at the top of the hill, and I remember the Mato house is right below it, like it's trying to hide or something. Oh, what the fuck? The Mato house is still in this impressive... Why are all these kids so fucking stacked? I visited a few times during middle school, but I haven't been near it recently. I haven't been invited since Shinji and I drifted apart, and above all, Sakura doesn't like me coming here. It's daytime, but the mansion is dark. The whole place is designed so that sunlight... Where are your parents? And there's not much in the way of lighting inside. There's honestly a decent enough chance of someone smacking into a wall if they don't know the layout of the place. This way, Emiya. I'm in the living room. I don't know when he got there, but I hear Shinji's voice from the back of the mansion. Even after a year, I still remember my way around the house, so I'm able to find the living room easily enough. There's nothing in the way of lighting, even in the living room. The curtain is pulled shut, blocking out the sun. Not a hint of artificial light either, so the place is dark and gloomy. Over here, Emiya. I run towards the voice. There I see Shinji sitting on a chair and... with Lancer... No! Holy shit! Oh! I thought his... Oh! Okay! Why did I remember him having Lancer? I thought he was Lancer's... Okay. Huh. Again, I've only seen like the first season of UBW, but I kind of know the gist. Oh, this is bad. A woman, dark like obsidian, standing behind
紹介
him.
しよう。僕のサーバント、ライダーだ。
Let me introduce her. This is my servant, Ryder. A chill runs down my spine. The chill is so intense it stings the back of my neck. I thought we were going to talk alone, Shinji. I take a step back.
用心だよ。エミヤが襲いかかってきたら怖いからね。ライダーにはすぐ近くにいてもらわないと。
Don't mind her. She's just here as a precaution. I don't want you taking the chance to ambush me. I'd rather have her nearby. He reaches out towards his dark servant, Ryder. His fingers caress along her. Ryder doesn't move a muscle. She is still as a statue, keeping watch on me through veiled eyes. I imagine she can even see my fingertips shivering. Some hospitality you're showing to a guest you invited. You might be going a bit too far with your caution, Shinji.
冗談だってば。エミヤはそういうのができるやつじゃないって分かってるよ。
I don't remember this from the anime. Granted, I barely remember anything from the anime, but... I'm just kidding. I know perfectly well you're not the type to do something like that.
けどお前のサーバントは別だからね。僕だってこいつをしつけるのには苦労したんだ。サーバントがマスターの命令に従わないってのは珍しいことじゃないだろ。だからさ、これはちょっとした牽制だと思ってくれ。
Your servant's another story, though. Training this one took me a while, actually. It's not unusual for a servant to ignore the master's order, so just think of this as me keeping an eye on things. A servant who doesn't obey their master? Now that I look closer, Ryder is a little different than Saber. Saber is silent, but she's not frosty. I sense only coldness from Ryder. A human almost completely lacking humanity. A dark figure that looks like the blood in its veins is discolored. She doesn't give the impression of a heroic spirit turned servant. I can only sense something inorganic, devoid of any light. So Ryder is your way of keeping my servant in check? Should say I love that.
ごめん。何分こっちは素人だからさ。エミヤみたいに慣れてるってわけじゃないんだ。そのあたりは勘弁してくれ。
Sorry about that, but I'm an amateur, you know. I'm not used to this kind of stuff unlike you. You'll have to forgive me for that. Can't say I'm exactly used to this
そう
either.
なのか？なんだ。なら君も呼び出せばいいじゃないか。その方がお互い理解し合えるし、すごく公平だ。
What so? Then why don't you call yours out too? That'll help us understand each other and things will be even.
うんうん。それがいい、それがいい。ねえエミヤ。僕のも見せたんだからさ。
This is
君の
bad.
サーバントも見せてくれない？
Yeah, let's do that. I showed you mine, so show me yours. He really thinks Saber's right next to me. It's probably best to let him keep thinking that. I refuse. If you're just doing this to keep me in check, you shouldn't mind. That should be enough. I'm just here to talk.
何それ。あのさ、僕が見たいって言ってるんだよ。何気取ってるか知らないけど、言うこと聞いといた方がいいんじゃないの？
What the hell? Don't you get it? I said I want to see it. I don't know why you're being a little shit about it, but I think it's be your best interest to listen to me. Then we're done talking. I didn't come here to show off our servants. If that's what you wanted, I'm heading home.
そうかよ。使えないやつだな。相変わらず。
Fine. You're useless as usual. He moans discontentedly and slumps further into his chair.
いいよ。本題に入ろう。と言っても、話すべきことなんて一つだけだけどね。
Okay, let's talk then. There's really only one thing I want to talk about anyway.
さっきも言ったけど、僕と協力しないか、エミヤ。マスターになったものの、聖杯戦争っていうのがどんなものか知らなくてさ。一人でいるよりは信用できるやつと手を組みたいんだ。
As I was saying earlier, want to team up with me, Emiya? I want to become a master, but I don't know what the hell a Holy Grail War even is. I'd rather work with someone I know I can trust than do this by myself. Hold up, I want to ask you something. My answer will depend on your response.
僕がどうしてマスターになったかってこと？
What's that? You want to know why I became a master? I nod. As far as I know, Shinji's not a mage. Until I found out how Shinji was selected to be a master, I don't intend on working with him. I hear mages are the only ones who can be masters. I may be inexperienced, but I am training in magecraft. I became a master because I formed a contract with my servant by sheer coincidence. Did you accidentally summon a servant and get dragged into this Holy Grail War too? That's what happened with him. We're in the same boat. I don't think I'd be able to refuse his proposal to team up in that case.
エミヤは偶然マスターになったのか。
Oh, so you became a master by coincidence, huh?
そうなんだ。よかった。それなら納得できる。
Good, that's a more reasonable explanation. He giggles like it's the funniest thing he's ever heard.
僕も似たようなものかな。本人の意思に反してマスターになってしまった。という点では同じだ。
Well, I guess something similar happened with me. At least not that I was forced into becoming a master like you.
勘違いするなよ。
Don't get me wrong, though.
僕はマスターが何であるか知っていたし、聖杯戦争のことだって前から知っていた。マトウの家はね、お前の家なんかとは違う、れっきとした魔術師の家系なんだからさ。
I knew what masters were, and I've known about Holy Grail Wars forever now. Unlike your family, the Mato family is a respected line of mages. What? The Matos are a family of mages? I've never heard that before. Wait, does that mean you, Sakura, his sister, have also trained in magecraft?
マトウ家はね、魔術師の家系ではあるけど、もう枯れてしまった一族なんだ。
Oh, calm down. The Mato family may be a family of mages, but its powers run dry.
マトウの先祖は、遠坂の家と一緒にこの土地にやってきたらしいが、日本の土が合わなかったんだってさ。
My ancestors apparently rooted themselves here along with the Tosaka family, though they couldn't adapt well to Japan.
代を重ねるごとに、魔術回路ってやつ？それが減っていって、僕が生まれた時にはもう、マトウの血筋は一般人に戻ってしまったそうだ。
As generations went, the magic circuits, yeah, those started to dwindle. By the time I was born, the bloodline was pretty much back to the point of being more or less ordinary humans.
マトウの人間は魔術師じゃない。昔魔術師であった家系なだけなんだ。
That's why there's no mages in the Mato family. It's just a line that used to be mages. So the only thing that remains in your family is your knowledge of magecraft.
残念ながらね。けど、魔術回路がなくなったって、魔術を学ぶことに変わりはない。マスターのことも、聖杯戦争のことも、調べればすぐに分かった。突然マスターに選ばれて、こうやって落ち着けるのも、先代の教えがあったからなのさ。
Yeah, unfortunately. But even if we don't have any magic circuits, we're still able to learn magecraft. I managed to look up everything about Masters and Holy Grail Wars easily enough, and I was able to keep my emotions under control when I found myself being a master because of my ancestors' teachings. Let's see. When I became a master, it was Tosuke who taught me about Holy Grail Wars. Similarly, Shinji was able to understand his own situation thanks to the writings his family passed down. In other words, you only learn about magecraft itself. Does that mean Sakura has been learning about magecraft too?
もう本当に何も知らないんだな、君。
Oh. You don't know anything, do you?
古い家柄の魔術師は一人にしか秘術を伝えないんだ。子供が二人いたら跡取りにするのは長男だけだよ。一つのものを二つに分けたら力が薄まるだろ。
Listen, old mage families only pass down their secret knowledge to a single person. If there are two children, the oldest male becomes their heir. Splitting something in two just dilutes its power.
10の魔術を一つの結晶にして残していき、血をより濃くしていくのが魔術師だ。いくら肉親だからって安売りはしないのさ。
A mage's job is to collect 10 magecraft disciples and crystallize them, then leave that to the heir to strengthen their bloodlines. There are no exceptions, not even for family.
魔術師の家系はね、跡取り以外に魔術は教えない。後継者に選ばれなかった子供は、自分の家が魔術を学ぶものだと知らずに育てられるか、養子に出すっていうのがセオリーなのさ。
That's why mage families don't teach magecraft to anyone other than their heirs. Children who weren't selected to be the family's successor either never learn that their family that the family practices magecraft, or they're sent to be adopted by the family. I see. That's a relief. I say in relief. I want Sakura to live a normal, peaceful life, having nothing to do with magecraft. I never want her to get involved in the battle that forces someone to fight without reason.
これで分かっただろ、エミヤ。
So, now do you get it, Emiya?
僕はマスターになったものの、魔術には疎い。
I may have become a master, but I've got no power in
君
magecraft.
はそうだね。少しは使えるって言うけど、知識の方は素人同然だ。
You, on the other hand, said you can use a little, but you have next to no knowledge of magecraft.
ちょうどいいと思わないか。勝手にマスターにさせられた者同士、協力しようよ。
See, did you think we're a good match? We're both forced to be masters, let's work together. I don't have a problem with that, I just want to be clear though. You're proposing this to protect yourself, right?
それもあるけど、まずは当面の敵を叩かないとまずいんじゃない？僕、なんか彼女から目の敵にされてるみたいだしさ。
In part, yes, but I think we'll need to work getting rid of our immediate enemy first. I feel like she's been giving me the evil eye. Are you talking about Tosuka?
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。そうでもなければ、僕を邪険にするものか。
He's being a chut. This dude is like the fucking anime equivalent of Elliot Rogers. Jesus. Of course I am. You shouldn't be treating me like crap
いい
otherwise.
か。あいつは他のマスターを許さないやつだぞ。そんなの一緒にいるエミヤだってわかるだろう。
Listen, she'll be relentless against the other masters. You should know that by now since you've been with her for a while.
何の物好きか知らないけど、遠坂は君に気を許している。あの隙のない女がだぜ。
I don't know what's got on into her, but for some reason Tosuka is warm to you. Why would a girl who never drops a god do that? Sounds like someone's jealous.
倒すには絶好の機会だと思わない？
So come on, don't you think this is our opportunity to defeat her? He holds his hand out to shake. I won't be a part of that. Actually, I can't. If she really wanted to protect herself, he would have asked Tosuka to, not just me. Do you know there's someone overseeing this Holy Grail War?
ああ、教会の神父だってね。前回の生き残りだって言うけど、うるさそうだから会ってないよ。
The priest of the church, right? I heard he was a survivor of the previous war, but I haven't met him. He seems
僕は
annoying.
魔術師じゃないんだから。魔術師としてのルールなんて押し付けられるのは面倒じゃない？
I'm not a mage, so I don't want anyone to push their rules on me. He's contradicting himself. If he really wanted to stop fighting, he should have gone straight to Kotomine. You know there's abandoned fields set up over the school.
知ってるよ。僕にはわからないけど、ライダーが教えてくれた。それがどうしたっていうのさ。
I didn't notice, but Ryder told me. What about it? Isn't it your doing? Tosuka said it was the work of the master at school.
あれは僕じゃないよ。確かにあの学園にはもう一人マスターがいるから、そいつの仕事じゃないの。
Oh, it's not me. I know there's another master at our school, so it's probably them. Tosuka said there's only one other
遠
master.
坂を信用しすぎるのもなんだけどね。ま、それは別にしても、あいつは間違ってるよ。
I wouldn't recommend just blindly trusting Tosuka. Either way, she's
遠
wrong.
坂が探っている気配は、魔術回路ってやつなんだろ？
She's trying to trace masters by sensing the magic circuits,
ま
right?
だ僕は彼女が感知できるマスターじゃない。だって元から魔術回路なんてないんだから。
If so, I wouldn't be one of the masters she could detect, since I don't have magic circuits to begin
は
with.
じめからさ、僕は普通のマスターたちのレーダーに映らない存在なんだよ。
From the very beginning, I wouldn't even be a blip on the other masters' radars. The presence of mages or command spells ultimately activates through magical energy. But if someone without magical energy becomes a master, the only way to identify them would be seeing them directly. Tosuka's method of seeking out people with their own magical energy wouldn't lead her to masters like Shinji. Shinji doesn't have a single one of the traits Tosuka is expecting in a master. I see. So she must be sensing a different master. Yeah, no shit. I should warn Tosuka about this when I get home. With that settled, there's no point in me staying here any longer.
おい、エミヤ。協力の話はどうなんだよ。
What about our partnership? I'll have to refuse. I'm not going to help you defeat Tosuka. Besides, she hasn't done anything. I know I'll have to fight her one day, but I trust her right now, and I want to keep on trusting her.
何かあってからじゃ遅いと思うけどね。まあ、そういうならいい。僕も君と同じく様子を見るさ。
When something does happen, it'll be too late, but if that's how you feel, I'm not going to push it. I'll wait it out and see, just like you. Surprisingly, he gives up. He doesn't try to stop me from going home, doesn't send Raider to attack me. He really is a complicated guy. He may act like a jerk, but he seems to try to play her favor in his own way. I know I'm harping on this, but does Sakura know about you?
知らないし、教えてやるつもりもない。マトウの跡取りは僕だからね。さくらには何も知らないまま、僕の妹でいさせてやるさ。
She doesn't, and I don't intend on telling her. I'm the heir of the Mato family. She can just remain my older sister and be none the wiser. That'd be great. I don't want Sakura's life to change.
そうか。そこまでさくらの心配をされちゃ、兄貴として礼をしないとね。よし。
Fine.
一ついいことを教えて、エニア。
Fine. Since I'm her big brother, I should be thanking you for being so concerned about her. Okay, let me tell you something good.
誰だかは知らないけど、マスターの一人は寺に巣を張ってるよ。
I don't know who it is, but one of the masters has set up a nest for themselves in the temple. But the temple? You mean Ryudo Temple?
僕のサーバントが言うには、山には魔女が潜んでいるそうだ。大規模に魂を集めているそうだから、早めに叩かないと厄介らしい。
According to my servant, there's a witch living in the mountains. She's supposedly collecting a bunch of souls, so things are going to get ugly if nobody does anything about her. If that's true, that makes 5 masters. And if this witch is collecting a massive amount of souls, there's a high probability it's the cause of what came up in the news this morning.
話はそれだけだよ。
That's all I've got for you.
それじゃあライダー、送ってやってよ。いいかい？エニアは味方だから、傷つけるんじゃないぞ。
Ryder, see him out. You're not to harm him yet since he's on our side. Shinji orders Ryder and she walks closer to me. Oh, well that's...
遠慮するなって。家を出るまでは僕の責任なんだから。怪我をされたら困る。
Don't worry about it. I'm responsible for your safety as long as you're in my house. It wouldn't do for you to get hurt or anything like that.
送るのは玄関まででいいからな。外にさえ出てくれたら、僕とは無関係だから。それまでは丁重に送ってやれ。
Oh, and Ryder, you only have to see him as far as the front door. Once he's out of the house, he's not my concern, but treat him well until then. He retreats back to the back room. I silently look towards Ryder. The black-garbed Ryder says nothing. What surprises me, though, is that when I take a closer look, I notice she has a graceful and innocent-looking face. Her floor-length purple hair exudes a foul odor of blood, but at the same time, she's unbelievably beautiful. I realize I'm staring because of her appearance, and I'm embarrassed for a moment, but I feel like her face and her outfit just don't match at all. If I had to boil her down to a single phrase, she's like a priestess dripping in blood. She's both holy and evil, a walking contradiction. Actually, why are all heroic spirits so beautiful? As I think of this, I find myself looking up at Raider's face out of sheer curiosity. Wow, she's pretty tall for a woman. She's easily 170 centimeters tall, well, she might be wearing heels too. This really isn't the time for calm observation. Being alone with her is a problem in itself. I should hurry out of the Mato mansion. Ryder sticks with me all the way to the entrance. I don't know about this. She doesn't even seem alive, but maybe she'll answer if I try talking to her. Stay away from danger for now. Fools rush in when where angels fear to tread. No matter how pretty she is, she reeks of blood. This alone should be enough to keep me on my guard. I should have saved there, but whatever. And I really don't know where to look, so talking to her is really not a priority.
何か
What is it? I quickly avert my gaze. Nothing. Thanks for seeing me off. I start running away to get away as fast as possible. I ran down the hill. The dark serpent suddenly sees me off in spite of me being completely open to attack. I walked down the hill and returned to the intersection. If I walk toward the residential area on the other side, I'll be heading home, but it's Master at Ryodo Temple, huh? That's about an hour's walk towards the mountain from here. The desolate mountain road eventually reaches the gates of Ryodo Temple. It's a big temple on the mountain. It's about the size of our school. The cemetery is large. The temple itself is like a small world of its own with about 50 training monks living on its grounds. The people in town use the temple for various purposes, but they also respect it as a sacred place that shouldn't be entered lightly. Oh, I think about it, I haven't been there recently. I haven't been there since I stayed there for some mental training last summer. I know temple life is harsh during the winter, so I was thinking about visiting during winter break.
午後の授業をボイコットした男がこんなところで何をしている？
What's a guy who cut afternoon classes doing here? Speak of the devil. I ran into Ryodo Temple's heir, Issei Rito, on the road. Hey there, is school over?
終わったとも。生徒会でやることもないので帰ってきたのだが、何かあったのか？見たところお山を眺めていたようだが。
Obviously, I don't have anything to do for the student council, so I was heading home. Is there something wrong? You looked like you were staring up at the mountain. No, there's nothing wrong. I just felt like going home.
なんとなくで授業を休まれては教師は商売上がったりだ。で、なぜお山なんぞを拝んでおったのかと聞いているのだが。
The teachers would be out of a job if people like you just cut classes whenever they felt like it. Anyway, I'm curious why you're staring at the mountain. It's nothing. Can I ask you something? Has anything strange happened recently?
変動など左半時だが、さりとて劇的な境地に至ることもなし。お山は日々これ平穏。しかるに平穏こそ日常よ。
Change is a constant, but it doesn't lead to big dramatic developments. The mountain is always at peace, and peace is the focus of daily life. Issei, I'm being serious here.
失礼な。こっちだって真面目だぞ。
How dare you? So am I! Guess you are. Sorry to bother you.
わかればよい。俺がエミヤ相手にふざけるものか。
That's fine, as long as you understand. I'd never kid around with you, Emiya. He clears his throat to calm himself down.
変化があるといえばあるのだが、どうしたものかな。
I do have to report that there has been a change. That said, I'm not entirely sure how to explain it. A change at the temple?
ああ、お山ではなくうちの空気が浮ついている。親父殿の知り合いらしいのだが、少しばかり厄介な客人を迎えていてな。これが結構な美人であるから始末が悪い。
Yeah, but not at the mountain. However, the situation has left everyone in the temple restless. We have a guest at the temple, and she's apparently an acquaintance of my father, but the awkwardness is because of her. She's a beautiful woman, which makes it a touchy subject.
まったく。皆も女一人に何を騒いでいるのやら。
Gay, he's gay. Bro's gay. Bro's gay. Honestly, I don't know why there's such a fuss over a woman. Does Ryuno Temple have any nuns?
おらぬ。わけありでな。祝言まで部屋を貸し与えているのだが。いや、これが確かに美しい人だな。井戸から水を汲む姿など、俺でも目を奪われるほどだ。
No, but they've made an exception for her. We're letting her use her room until the wedding happens. Well, she really is beautiful, so I have to admit that even I get captivated by her looks whenever I go out and fetch water from the well. What do you mean exception? Hey, Issei, are you even listening?
いいか。だから女性はいけないんだ。女性は。
You are gay. Bro's gay. He's so gay. Apologies. This is why women are bad news. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna send this to Lorcelin.
色よく立つべし。落ち着け、一斉。
Reject lots, Issei. Calm down, Issei. Student Council President mumbers some sort of sutra. Hello? You okay, Issei?
問題ない。修行不足なので、より精進したいと思う。
I'm quite alright. I'm just not as disciplined, so it's a matter of training harder. I can tell he's not listening. Issei continues to mumble to himself, giving himself a pep talk, and disappears into the town's outskirts. By the time I get back home, the sun is almost setting. And just like yesterday, I'm the first one back home. Sakura and Fujini will probably get here soon, and Tosuka will come home later on. I'll mention what I learned from Shinji after Sakura and Fujini go home. There's no point in talking in secret when those two are around. Having decided that, I'd better prepare dinner. Tosuka beat me with her cooking last night, and I need to do something to improve Fujini's mood. The secret to a great dish is time and effort, rather than love. If I want to guarantee my win, I'll have to spend double the time I usually would on cooking. And so, here's what happens.
何よ、負けてないんだから。遠坂さんのバカ、いじめっ子。
I didn't lose. Tosuka, you're such a meanie.
ですから、私が言っているのは料理の味じゃありません。藤村先生曰く、今までで一番美味しい夕食なんですから、みんなに分け与えた方がいいんじゃないかって話です。
Let me reiterate. I'm not talking about the food's taste. According to you, tonight's dinner was the best you've ever tasted. So why not share it with everyone?
言ってることが違うと思う。
I don't think that's what you mean.
遠坂さん、シロの作ったご飯はあんまり食べたくないって言ったじゃない。
You said you didn't want to eat the food Shiro made.
それは朝だけの話です。夕飯はきちんと取りますし、そもそも夕食は私とエミヤ君との交代制なんですから、私が食べるのは当然の権利じゃないですか。
I was only talking about breakfast. I won't eat dinner like everyone, and Emiya and I made an arrangement to take turns cooking dinner. So reason is there for me not to eat.
それが嫌だというのでしたら、明日からは藤村先生が代わってください。
If you don't like that, you're welcome to take my turn cooking tomorrow.
的確に急所をついてくるその性格。くそ、こんなひどい教え子だとは思わなかったよ。
So brazen. She sticks right at my weakness. Damn, I never imagined you were such a bad student. And at that, Fujini reluctantly returns the wooden container of rice to the dining table. 5 servings of my specialty mixed rice safely returned to the table. Come on, Fujini. I made plenty of food today, so there's no need to hoard it. I made enough rice and side dishes for everyone.
そうですね。でも先輩、これはちょっと作りすぎかなとか。
You may be right, senpai, but this might be a bit too much even for you.
ええ、4人分のタレを2段重ねというのは明らかに重量過多です。
Yeah, so double-tiered barrel of food enough for 4 people is certainly up at the top. It's not a barrel, it's a round wooden container for rice. The main dish is rice today, so I made extra. If we have any leftovers, I'll make them into rice bowls for lunch tomorrow.
それ私の分もいい？私チャーハンは好きじゃないんだけど、これは別格。ねえねえ、なんかいろいろ入ってるけど、何入れたわけ？
Oh, can I get in on that one thing? I don't like fried rice made from leftover rice, but this is exceptional. There's all kinds of stuff in this rice. What's inside?
基本的にはキノコの炊き込みご飯ですよね。油物を混ぜる代わりに柚子で香りを取ってるあたり細かいです。
This is basically mushroom mixed rice, correct? And instead of using bean curd, you mixed in yuzu citrus to make it aromatic. Such detail.
いいもん。こうなったら私一人で空にするんだから見てなさいよ。
Fine, I'm going to eat this all by myself. Just you watch. Fujini must have given up monopolizing the wooden container of rice, but she starts to shovel food in her mouth with alarming speed. The moment her rice bowl is empty, she thrusts it out, requesting another helping. That's fine, but you really don't need to rush. There's plenty Fujini.
いいの。シロのご飯は私が食べるんだから。昨日今日やってきた人にはあげないもん。
Don't blame me. I'm going to eat all the food you made, Shiro. I won't be letting some stranger who just barged into our lives eat any of this food. Fujini snatches the rice bowl. I really don't get it. Sakura laughs uncomfortably. Tosuka looks exasperated and ignores Fujini, and Saber just sits eating her food. It's pretty hard to make all this, but it's looking like that might have backfired. Which I intended to make Tosuka admit defeat, ended boisterously thanks to Fujini's eccentric behavior.
それじゃあ先輩、失礼しますね。
I'll be heading home, senpai. Yeah, Fujini, get Sakura home safely.
はいはい。分かってるから安心なさい。
Yeah, I know, don't worry. Fujini takes Sakura's hand and they turn to go.
何シロ？なんか不思議そうな顔してるけど。
What? You're looking at me weird, Shiro. Of course I am. No normal person could even move after eating so much.
そうかな。苦しかったけど飲み込んじゃえばなんとかなるものよ。
I think so. I felt a bit full, but it was fine after I finished eating it all. Problem is that Taiga doesn't realize that people have limits. You can't really expect something like that from a wild tiger. Hopefully we can try to keep her contained so she doesn't run wild in polite society. See you tomorrow. Don't stay up late, you two.
はい。おやすみなさい、先輩。うん。おやすみ、シロ。
Now down to business. I see the two off and go back to the living room. I mentioned I had something to tell them after dinner, so Tosuka and Saber are sitting in the living room looking serious.
お疲れ様。それで話っていうのは何？
Good work today. So what did you want to tell us? It's about the other masters. There's something I want to tell you too. Saber's brows furrow slightly. As a servant, her life is focused on combat rather than a peaceful daily routine. I just don't think her wounds have completely healed. Even with her healing powers, the chest wound Lancer's noble phantasm inflicted won't heal quickly. With that in mind, I hesitate to tell them about Shinji. I'm the same as Shinji. I want to avoid fighting as much as I can, and I don't think it's right for a young girl like Saber to wield a sword.
シロ、話があるのではないのですか?
Shida, do you not have something to tell us? Let me get right to the point. I met Ryder and her master today.
ライダーのマスターに会ってきたっていつの話よそれ。
Ryder's master? When did that
そん
happen?
なバカな。一人で敵のマスターに会うなどと自分の身を何と考えているのですか?
That's absurd. What were you thinking? Meeting an enemy master alone. Calm down. It's okay. I didn't get hurt or anything. Don't get so mad.
怒るななどと。いえ、私は怒ってなどいません。
Do not get mad. No, I am certainly not
シ
angry.
ロの行動に呆れているだけです。
I am simply stupefied by your
右
actions.
に同じ。まあ済んだことを言っても始まらないわ。
Ditto. Oh, there's no point in getting angry over what's
それで
done.
どういうことなのよシロ。
So explain yourself. They are glaring at me, obviously furious. Crap. I knew they would say something about me being rash, but I never imagined they would be so livid. I met the master this afternoon. I just followed him because he said he wanted to talk and I didn't fight him or
見れば
anything.
わかるわ。で、ライダーのマスターはどんなやつだったの？
I can tell. So what kind of person was Ryder's master? What sort of person? It was Shinji. He called out to me when I was walking around school looking for sources of the bounded field. He said he wanted to talk, so I followed him to the Mato house.
シンジって本当にあのシンジ？
Shinji? You mean the Shinji? Yeah, Ryder was obeying Shinji and he knew about the Holy Grail War. Apparently the Mato family is a noble family of mages.
ああ、それはそうだけど、そんなはずないのよ。マトウの家は先代でもう枯渇しているはずだもの。何があろうとマトウの子供に魔術回路はつかない。これは絶対よ。
Yes, True, but that's impossible. The Mato family should have completely diminished by now. No matter what they tried, no child of the Mato family could have magic circuits. She seems pretty sure of what she's saying. She says so, then Shinji and Sakura really don't have any magic circuits. He said the same thing, but he still knows about magecraft, and that, since he's the eldest male, that knowledge was passed down to him, so Sakura doesn't know anything. Anyway, that means he's a master similar to me. He doesn't have any magical energy, so you weren't able to detect him.
そう、まずったわね。確かにそういうケースだってあるか。魔導書が残っているんならマスターになるぐらいはできるだろうし。もうそれじゃあ私の行動ってあいつに筒抜けだったんだ。バカ。
I see. My mistake. I should have known there would be cases like him. As long as he had grimoires running around, he could certainly become a master. That means he saw right through everything I was doing. How could he be so careless? She's beating herself up for what she's done so far. She may be almost flawless, but it seems like she can be kind of ditzy too. Problem is, most of those gas turn out to be fatal.
私のミスだわ。シンジのことはしっかりマークしておくべきだった。知っていたら結界を張らせるなんてこともなかったのに。
I screwed up. I should have kept a closer eye on him. Had I known, I wouldn't have let him construct that bounded field. Oh, about that. He said he's not the one who set up the bounded field over the school. He said there's another master at school.
ええ、それはそうでしょうね。学校にはまだ一人、私たちの知らないマスターがいるのは明白よ。
Yes, I suppose that would be true. It's pretty obvious there's a master at school we're not
けど
aware
シロ、
of.
あなたまさか結界を張ってないっていうシンジの言葉を信じてるの？
Don't tell me you believed him when he said he wasn't the one who set up the bounded field. No, I'm not that much of a sucker. As long as Shinji is in our school, I'd give it a 50-50 chance that it's his doing. The other half is done by the other master.
半分ね。その時点で大したお人よしだと思うけど。
50-50, huh? If you think that's the ratio, you really are a
ま
sucker.
あ、それはそれでいいわ。そういう余分なところがあなたの味だし。だからこそシンジは正体を明かしたんだろうしさ。
Well, whatever. Your optimism is what makes you who you are, and that's probably why Shinji thought it would be okay to reveal his identity to you.
まあいいわ。それで、シンジと何を話したのよ、あなた。
Anyway, what did you talk to Shinji about? He asked about whether I wanted to team up with them. He has no intention of fighting, and sounded like he wanted to work with someone as long as he knew them.
シロ、あなたまさかシンジと。
Don't tell me you. No, you turn this kind of thing down normally, right? I've already teamed up with you anyway. Even if I were to answer, I should first consult you too.
うん、それはそうだけど。でも、断ったって言った？
Alright, that's true, but did you say you turned him down? I know I said I would have consulted you about this, but I made my decision about Shinji on my own. There wasn't much to talk about anyway. Oh, there wasn't much to talk to you about anyway. Did I still do something rash?
別に、シロの判断は正しいんじゃない？まあ、あんた個人にお呼びがかかったんなら、私が文句を言う筋合いでもないけどさ。
Not really. I think you made the right call. Besides, he was only asking you, so there's no room for me to butt in anyway. The way she's mumbling makes her seem, well, not quite herself. That was all I talked to Shinji about. I saw Ryder too, but it didn't seem like she was that powerful of a servant to me. She's definitely not like Berserker, and she didn't seem as intense as Lancer. She seems decent. That is not the impression you had when you were in there, dude.
マスターがそう実感したのなら確かでしょう。ですが、サーバントの進化は天使と宝具に左右されます。ライダーが何者であるか判明するまでは油断はしないようにしろ。
If Masa felt that way, then it's likely true. Well, a servant's true power is determined by their noble phantasm. Until we find out who Ryder truly is, please do not let your guard down around her. Yeah, I have no clue which hero Ryder is. You know, Lancer and Berserker obviously look like heroes, but Ryder didn't quite have that same aura. I felt like she was different from typical servants.
普通のサーバントとは違うですか？
Different from typical servants, you say?
私には分かりませんが、リンならシローの違和感が説明できますか？
I don't quite understand, but do you think you would be able to explain Shio's discomfort, Ren?
ああ、うん。理屈だけならわかるわよ。
I guess I understand, at least logically.
サーバントがどんな英霊かは呼び出されたマスターに左右されるって話。結構似た者同士になるのよ、マスターとサーバントは。
You see, the master influences which heroic spirits is summoned as a servant, so because of that, master and servant tend to be similar.
つまり、高潔な人物がマスターなら、それに近い霊格をした英霊が召喚される。逆に言えば、心に深い傷を持った人間が英霊を呼び出せば、同じように傷を負った英霊が現れるわ。
For example, if the master is a noble person, they'll summon a heroic spirit of a similar disposition. On the other hand, a deeply scarred, traumatized person is likely to summon a servant with similar
シロ
experiences.
がライダーに感じた違和感はそれでしょうね。
So that's probably why Shiro felt something off from
いびつ
Ryder.
な心を持つマスターは、時として英雄ではなく、英霊に近いだけの怨霊を呼び出してしまうのよ。
A master with a twisted personality might summon a vengeful ghost close to a heroic spirit rather than a hero. A vengeful ghost closer to his... A vengeful ghost close to a heroic spirit. Is that what you meant before?
ええ、血を見るのが大好き。人殺しなんて何とも思わないような暴虐者よ。
That's right. A tyrant who enjoys the sight of blood and does not think twice about
実
killing.
際、残忍さだけが伝承に残っている英雄だっているんだから。そういうやつがサーバントになってもおかしくはないわ。
There are plenty of heroes famous only for their brutality, so it wouldn't be a surprise for someone like that to become a servant as well. Is that true? Now that I think about it, I smelled blood on Ryder, but I didn't get the impression she was a bloodthirsty murderer. That's all I have on Ryder. There's one more thing, and this might be the most important point. According to Ryder, there's apparently a master in Ryudo Temple. Someone is collecting magical energy from everyone in town. What do you two think of that?
竜道寺。竜道寺ってあの山のてっぺんにある寺のこと？
Are you talking about that temple at the top of the mountain? That's the one. Do you know anything about it, Tosuka?
まさか、その逆よ。竜道寺なんて行ったことないもの。
Actually, not at all. I've never been there.
どんなマスターか知らないけど、そんな偏僻なところに陣取ろうなんて思わないわよ、普通。
I don't know what kind of master would be up there, but a normal one wouldn't think to set up camp in a desolate place like that. I was pretty surprised when I heard there was a master at Ryudo Temple. Being there might not draw much attention. There are a ton of monks living at the temple. We would definitely hear about it if they pulled something strange.
いまいち信用できないわね、その話。
Well, Issei mentioned a wedding, and I'm surprised Shiro didn't grill him on that. Like, that seemed like a pretty big point that he kind of slipped on.
仮にそうだとしても、竜道寺って郊外のさらに郊外にあるんでしょ？
Even if it were true, Ryudo Temple is way out in the
そこ
sticks.
から深山と神と両方に手を伸ばすなんて大魔術っていうより魔力の無駄遣いよ。集めた魔力を使ってもそんな大規模な術は不可能だもの。
Well, okay, let me read this. If they were to cast a net across Miyama and Shinto, that would be powerful magic, but a waste of magical energy. Even if they collected magical energy from such wide rays, executing such a large-scale magecraft would be impossible. I'm kind of confused why, because we know someone is working remotely to steal souls from in town, and that seems like the perfect. So I don't get why she's not cluing into that. Like that should be, she should be instantly whatever. Whatever. Maybe she's about to. She thinks for a moment, looking troubled. I'm relying on her experience here, so I can't interrupt her. I mean, it's really obvious.
シロの話は信憑性が高い。
Actually, Shiro's story is
あの寺院
plausible.
を抑えたのなら、その程度の魔術は自然に行えるのですから。
If that master is able to take hold of the temple, they would likely be able to execute magecraft without caliber effortlessly. Do you know about Ryudo Temple, Saber? I haven't taken you there yet.
忘れたのですか、シロ。私は前回も聖杯戦争に参加しています。この町のことは熟知していますし、あの寺院が 落ちた霊脈ということも知っています。
Have you forgotten, Shiro? I participated in the previous Holy Grail War. I know this town very well, and I knew about the ley line that formed at that temple.
落ちた霊脈？ちょっと待って、それってうちのことよ。なんだって一つの土地に地脈の中心点が2つもあるっていうのよ。
A ley line? Hold on, that's at my house. Why would there be two ley line centers in one
それ
area?
は私にも分かりませんが、とにかくあの寺は魔術師にとって神殿とも言える土地です。
I do not know why, but that temple is like a sanctuary for
この
mages.
地域の名脈が流れ落ちる場所と聞きますから、魂を集めるには絶好の拠点となるでしょう。魔術師は自然の流れに手を加えるだけで町中から生命力を回収できる。
I hear all lifelines in this area flow towards the temple, so it's the perfect point to collect souls. A mage would simply have to tap into its natural flow to collect life force from the whole town.
そんな話初めて聞いたわ。
That's the first I've heard of
けど
that.
確かにそれなら町の人間から生命力をかすめ取っていくこともできるわよね。
But if it's true, it would certainly be possible for someone to steal life force from the entire city. So that area is spiritually powerful, right? And that's just obvious. Otherwise, people wouldn't have built a temple up there in the first place.
そんなの当たり前じゃない。言われなくても分かってるわよ。
Of course, you don't have to tell me that. I figured as much. Temples and shrines have traditionally. Whoa, my God, dude, that's a lot of. That text line just kept going. Jeez, I figured as much. Temples and shrines have traditionally been built where there are gods to protect the town. Monks don't pray to the gods and Buddha to offer people blessings. Instead, their job is to steal up any areas that people believe are unlucky to ward off calamity. So based on that, it's no surprise that the mountain where the temple is located is a special place. Don't tell me you thought Ryoto Temple was just there for show.
そうよ。悪い？今まであるだけの寺だと思ってたわよ。あの寺には実践派の砲術師がいないんだから。
What's wrong with that? I just thought it was some temple because there aren't any practicing thaumaturges. Practicing thaumaturges? What's that?
度胸や心身、祈願以外で霊を成仏させる連中のこと。
There are people who help spirits go to heaven by means of other than sutra, readings, worship, or prayer.
各社は神仏の力だけでことをなすそうだけど、修行が浅い僧侶は神仏に届かないから、私たちみたいに自身の力を上乗せして術をなすの。
An enlightened person can pull it off just through Shinto and Buddhist rites, but monks who aren't as experienced aren't able to reach that level, so they add their own powers to cast spells just like
そう
us.
いう連中が集まって組織みたいになってるのがあるのよ、この国には。私たちとは相入れない連中だから詳しくは知らないけどさ。
There's an organization for those people here in this country. I don't know much about them though, since there's nothing like the mages. They're nothing like the Mages Association.
そんなことより寺のことよ。
But more importantly, we should focus on the
あ
temple.
の寺が霊脈だとしたら、まず真っ先に抑えようとするのがマスターでしょ。おかしいじゃない。なんで他の連中はそんな場所を見逃しているのよ。
If that temple's built on a ley line, masters would jump at the chance to seize it at their earliest opportunity. So why would other masters ever look at? Because Ryoto's temple's there. It's under surveillance, so it wouldn't be abused.
竜道寺の僧侶はみんな純粋な修行僧じゃない。
All the monks at Ryoto Temple are real priests in
私
training.
たちみたいに外れた連中じゃないんだから、そんな人たちを丸め込むぐらいマスターなら造作もないわ。
They're not outliers like us, so it would be easy for a master to hold people like them.
いいえ、リン、それは違う。確かにマスターならばあの寺院を制圧するのはたやすいでしょう。しかしあの山にはマスターにとって都合の悪い結界が張られているのです。
No, that's incorrect. It would indeed be easy for a master to get control of that temple, but the mountain is surrounded by a bounded field, which proves problematic for masters.
私たちに都合の悪い結界？
A bounded field that would be trouble for us.
はい。あの山には自然霊以外を排除しようとする法術が働いている。生身の人間に影響はありませんが、私たちサーバントには文字通り鬼門なのです。
Yes, some sort of thaumaturgy is at work which removes everything other than natural spirits from the mountain. It does not affect humans, but servants are quite vulnerable to it.
自然霊以外を排除する。それじゃあサーバントはあの山には入れないってこと？
It gets rid of everything other than natural spirits. Does that mean servants can't set foot on the mountain?
入れないことはありませんが、能力は低下するでしょう。
It's not impossible, but our abilities will likely be considerably weakened.
足を踏み入れるたびに近づいてはならないという令状を受けるようなものですから。
It's like receiving a command spell order not to enter that
そ
place.
れじゃあどうやって竜道寺のマスターはサーバントを維持しているのよ？
Then how is the master at Ryoto Temple able to maintain their servant up there?
いえ、寺院の中に入ってしまえば結界はありません。
The temple itself is not under the boundary
元より
field.
結界とは寺院を守る境界線と聞きます。結界は外来者を拒むだけのものですから、それ以上の能力はありません。
I also hear that it works like a boundary, which protects the temple. A boundary field just repels anything approaching from the outside. It has no other function.
じゃあなんとか中に入ってしまえばサーバントを律する法術はないってこと？
So once you're inside, there's no thaumaturgy that controls
けど
servants.
おかしいな。そんな風に寺院を密閉させたら地脈そのものが止まるじゃない。せめて一本ぐらい道を開けておかないと地脈の中心点にはなり得ないんじゃない？
But that's weird. Enclosing the temple like that would cut off the ley line. There should at least be one pathway in, or it wouldn't be a central point.
寺院の道理で言えば、正しい門から来訪した者は拒めません。その教えに従っているのか、寺に続く参道にだけは結界が張れないと聞きました。
Matsu is right. That fucking did. I saw the typo and I was like, I'm not gonna read it, but I read it. Oh my god. Why are there so many typos in this translation? That's right. If you think in terms of the temple, it cannot refuse visitors approaching by way of its main entrance. Following this logic, it is my understanding that the main road leading to the temple does not have a bounded field cast over it.
あの寺院は正門のみ、私たちサーバントを律する力が働いていないのです。
The main gate is the only place that does not have power to command servants like us.
なるほど。そりゃそうよね。すべての門を閉じたら中の空気がよどむもの。ただ一つだけ作られた正門か。
I guess that's logical. If all the gates were completely closed off, the air inside would grow stagnant. So there's one main gate.
私が教えられることはそれだけです。
That's all I can tell
で
you.
は結論を。マスターがいると判明したのですから、取るべき手段は一つだけだと思いますが。
So please draw your own conclusions. It's getting late. Excuse me. So please draw your own conclusions. If you have determined there is a master present, then there's only one thing to do. I know what she's trying to say. What she wants to say. Her eyes are telling me that since we know the enemy's locations, we just need to attack, but
私はパス。
I'm going to
どうに
pass.
も罠臭いし、正直それだけの情報じゃ動けないわ。相手のホームグラウンドに行くんなら、せめてどんなサーバントを連れているのか判明するまで待つべきよ。
It feels like a trap, and honestly, I don't want to make a move based only on the information we have now. If we're going to the enemy's own base, we should wait until we at least know what sort of servant they have.
意外ですね。リンならば戦いに赴くと思ったのですが。
That's unexpected. I thought you'd be the first to suggest fighting.
侮ってもらって結構よ。こっちはアーチャーがまだ本調子じゃないし、しばらくは傍観するわ。
Insult me if you want. Archer's not back at his full strength, so I'm going to remain a spectator for now.
わかりました。それではシロ、私たちだけで寺院に赴きましょう。
Understood. Then Shiro, let us head over to the temple by ourselves. She's matter of fact about it, but I am... I feel like right now we need the immediate... Oh, fuck. right now, what's the more immediate threat? I feel like the more immediate thing right now is the bounded field over the school. That seems more relative to where we are. I think it's safe to assume that's not Shinji doing that. He doesn't really seem to care. He's kind of a prick, but I don't think he'd go that far. Oh, he does have the knowledge of magecraft. But I don't think I know it's not him. I know it's not him now. I thought it was him actually. Um, fucking hell! What do I do? Oh my god, I don't know. I really, I don't think we should fight. I feel like that's a bad idea. Because Saber's not back at full strength yet. I wish there was like a scout out option because we don't need Saber with us. We can just go scout and we'll be there with Issei. So it'll be. I'm gonna say don't fight for now because I think right now we should be focusing on what's happening at school. This kind of, even though Saber's gonna hate us for this, we'll just not right now. No, I agree with Tosca. We shouldn't be going there yet.
あなたまで戦わないというのですか。
Well, you're saying you won't fight
だか
either.
ら今まで体を休めていたのは何のためです。
That's ridiculous. What was the point in me resting then?
敵の所在が判明した以上、打って出るのが戦いというものでしょう。
We must strike first, especially now we know where our enemy is. I know that, but we need to wait, Saber. If the Master of Ryoto Temple is so thoroughly prepared, they'll have set a trap for us. Rushing without a plan is suicide. Tosaka's right. We should at least wait until Archer's recovered.
そのような危険は当然です。初めから無傷で勝利を得ようなどと思ってはいません。
These are the risks we must always face. I did not expect victory without injury or
敵
setback.
の罠が体を貫こうと、この首を渡さなければ戦える。
If the enemy's traps pierce my body, I can fight on so long as I have
ど
my
のよう
head.
な深手を負おうと、マスターさえ倒せればいいのではないのですか。
No matter how badly injured I am, it is worth the risk if we can defeat its master, is it not? Don't be such a fool. Who would ever say it's okay to get hurt? It's fine going in knowing the risk, but a suicidal mission is stupid. As your master, I can't let you go do something so dangerous. Going over to the temple would be suicide, no question. The lone road leading up to the temple is sure to be packed with traps or obstacles, maybe both. It's one thing to go in expecting the dangers, but doing it without a plan to deal with them is suicidal. No matter how powerful Saber is, she's still held back by my weakness. I would hate for her to push herself to fight and end up like that. If it ends up like it did last time, I can't agree to just charge them blindly.
何を言うかと思えば。
I did not think to hear you say such a thing
いいで
again.
すか、マスター。サーバントは傷を負うものです。
Listen, Master, servants are meant to
そ
get
れを恐
hurt.
れて戦いを避けるなど、私のマスターには許しません。
I will not allow my master to avoid battle simply for fear of that eventuality. Fine, it doesn't matter if you don't allow it. If you're going to keep being so reckless, I'll stop you as many times as I have to. If you don't like that, then hurry up and heal yourself. You're still not fully healed, are
戦
you?
闘に支障はありません。傷を理由に戦いを先延ばしにするなどと、そのような気遣いは不要です。
Not so much that it should interfere with my ability to fight. Playing combat because you are concerned about a wound is pointless. She just won't change her mind about fighting. Why doesn't she understand no matter what I say? Yeah? Well, I'm not budging. You lost to Berserker before, and are you going to push through and keep on fighting so we can both be defeated again? You gotta be kidding me. I don't want to get killed all over again. And then I expect her to argue, and so she just draws breath and...
それを言うのは卑怯ではないですか、シロ。
That was cruel, Shiro. Her tone was apologetic. I'm sorry to be unfair, but I'm not willing to attack yet. I know I can't let the master at Ryoto Temple do as they please, but we're in no condition to fight. If we rush it now and are defeated, then who will stop the master at Ryoto Temple? Listen, we're going to attack, but only after your wound is healed and we're in peak condition. If you have a problem with that, go find another master.
わかりました。マスターがそういうのでしたら。
Understood. If you insist. Her voice is quiet as she answers, and she falls silent. The conversation ends there. Jessica and Saber both go back to their rooms. I'm left alone in the living room and find myself starting to regret what I did. Well, it's too late. I could have said it differently, so why did I have to say it the way I did? Why was I only able to convince her with words that cut so deep?